Lori decides in the 90s that sex sucks and it's never going to get any better. Let's go over the details of the Sesame Place incident, the cactus incident, and the other assorted injuries Kim has suffered over the years. Plus, truth or dare, Lori is a crank, and why Kim hates it when Terri takes over and ruins the fun. Welcome to Generation Artax.
Are you ready for us? Come on, Kim. I'm interviewing you. Everybody knows I am the star of this show. As we see.
I'm Terri. I'm the oldest, and I'm wearing another color of the same shirt today.
My God.
Oh my God.
Well, you bought
It's
five
a blue
of
and
them.
white stripe. It's just a great shirt.
Okay, that's the one you wore last week, just saying.
No, it's not. The other one had wider stripes. This is
wow.
The pinstripe.
Okay.
I can't even see the stripes.
No.
I know you can't see them on camera, but this is a blue and white stripe. And I'd like to add that I'm having some fun with patterns.
Wow.
Whoa.
I'm mixing patterns.
That's very childless aunt of you.
Oh,
I know it
was
is.
just going to say, that's such an old aunt thing to wear. I was just going to say that.
These loose pants
With the
Loose,
big
loud,
pattern.
and floral.
big flowers. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I sent Allie a polo from a pool, and I had a huge hat on and big sunglasses, and I was like,
boy.
blah 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 blah, and she's like, "You look so cute." I go, "I think I look wacky." She goes, "You definitely look wacky," and I was like, "I am definitely someone's aunt. Like I look
You're
like
your
someone's
wacky
aunt.
aunt.
I'm a
Yep.
wacky aunt.
Totally
Anyway,
wacky aunt.
Oh my God. I'm Kim, and I bought something yesterday. I was going to say made a purchase, but always feel weird saying that.
That's weird because it's weird to say that.
You say purchase a lot, and I
Do
called
I?
you
Oh,
out on it.
shit.
Yeah, I
What?
called you out on it.
Still?
No.
It was a time.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyway,
all right. What was your
this
purchase?
this brings joy to me right now that you can't even imagine. Like it affects my day to day in a way
Okay.
that it was occupying space in my mind. I don't have a whole house dehumidifier. So in my basement, which I am in right now, I have a dehumidifier that I empty the bucket for every single day. I have to drag this huge bucket upstairs, pour it out, all of the humidity from the air. And I got one with a pump,
Mm,
and it goes
We
right
have
into
one of
the
those.
sump pump.
mm.
Oh my God. My whole
What
life
does
has
that
changed.
mean?
It was the only one left in Lowe's. It means it turns itself on and off when the humidity gets to a certain percentage. And then as it collects the water, it goes through the pump and it pumps it. It goes through a hose, pumps it through a hose into my sump pump. Whereas before it emptied into a bucket and I was carrying that bucket
so it doesn't
upstairs
go to the bucket
every
anymore.
single day in the
That's
summer.
like very
every
medieval
day.
of you. Like carrying a
know.
bucket
No.
up the stairs. Like that sounds like something you would do in like the 1600s.
It felt like it.
Except it was
and I do it every day.
water pulled from the air.
Right.
I probably would have loved that.
Anyway,
Super futuristic.
I'm still in the honeymoon phase with it, obviously, because I just got yesterday. So I woke up again this morning. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have to carry the bucket. I don't have to carry the water.
Right.
Ugh.
2 months from now, the
life-changing.
hedonic treadmill will be such that 2 months you won't care anymore. It'll be something else. You'll adapt to
I
this
know.
ease. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm going to
I
try
don't
to keep
know, will she?
appreciating it.
I
really appreciate that I can
Those have
drive.
been around a long time.
What do I appreciate?
Fingers. They've been around way longer.
She really
So
appreciates her-
fascinating. All
her
right, sorry,
value
go ahead.
pack.
Okay,
ahead.
I'm Lori. I'm the youngest, and I'm really happy it's raining today.
Me too.
I'm normally someone who is, always wants it to be nice, but I needed the rain today. I'm like, it's
Mhm.
cozy, it's
Uh-huh.
cool. It was so
Uh-huh.
hot over 4th of July
Yep.
weekend, which is what 4th of July weekend's supposed to be like. It was sunny and hot, but today has been indoor on the computer day, head down, working, and this is the weather I prefer. Otherwise, I feel like I'm missing out on life while I'm trying to, pay the bills.
Sometimes I like a 2-day rain block. It's not going to
Yeah.
be rainy tomorrow, but I wouldn't mind it. I
Oh,
wouldn't
is it
mind it.
not?
No.
Mm.
No.
When
gonna
it's
be
so
beautiful
hot
and
though,
85.
when it's like 90 degrees, I'm like, I'm not trying to get out in that. I'm like, no.
I am if you do I am if we were out on the bay in the water, for
Yeah.
a couple hours. So it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. You
If
don't
you're
get
in the
cold,
water, maybe.
but that's different. Not if you're trying to run an errand and you're pouring sweat. That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Very
Well,
cool. Do you want to jump right in? Because
Let's just jump right in.
Okay, so I found this, the little, a bunch of us did, we all had a bunch of these, like the little diaries. It says diary. This is part of what you buy. It says private keep out. It has little pencils and hearts, and it had the gold
I had that.
edges and a lock, and
Like
it
a
locked
Bible.
little.
Yes, like a little
gold
Bible.
lock.
Like a little Gideon Bible.
Yeah, so this was third grade, the very first day of 1985, January 1st, because it had a page for every day. So I kind of hate that, but whatever.
Oh,
I know.
I hate those.
Okay, January 1st. Today, I stayed in my nightgown all day! Exclamation point.
That's still fun.
So fun. I slept till 11:30 because last night was a long night. It was New Year's Eve.
Right.
We stayed up till 2:00 with a huge blocky exclamation point. Terri, Lori, and I played Truth or Dare. Terri made me go outside and scream, "I love Chipper." That was a boy in my class. I made her do a cartwheel with her pants down.
Okay, that's very different. You're outside yelling something at night where no one can hear you and no one knows who Chipper is and he'll never fucking even know you said it. And you have her out there flashing her child parts to like the neighborhood.
Outside?
That's so different.
Outside. I kind of sort of remember this because our parents had a huge New Year's Eve party with their friends from kind of all different walks of life. And so those kids would come. They weren't school friends. They were our parents' friends' kids from other towns and whatever. And so they came. And so we all ran outside with like pots and pans and we'd be screaming and yelling. And so you made me scream that. And I made you do a cartwheel with your pants down with other people there. Oh, yeah.
She did. You did do it. You're like, that's the same.
I made you I made you do it. I know. Okay. And then so we're still on Christmas break of that year. Then, I took the time on January 4th to write. I have nothing to say. So hi and bye. Okay. And on January 5th, today, Melissa came over. That was my friend. It was kind of boring because Terri came along and took over.
Ugh, she's the worst.
It wasn't fair. She played with us and her friend Noelle was going to sleep over tonight. Well, bye. And then the next day I said, Noelle wasn't that bratty, but Lori was. She was a crank all day. Why are you guys you're ruining all of my fun on my break.
Crank.
Lori was a crank.
I took
Terri
over.
Took over.
Took over what? You and who?
Just boss everyone around and said, we're doing this now. Now we're going to play this game. And no,
you come up and be like, hey guys, okay, here's what we're going to do. Here would be a really fun game. Cause you guys you aren't really doing anything. And I'd be like, we're just hanging out. It's like what we want to be doing. You'd be like, no, here's what we want to do. And then my friends would be like, oh, okay. The older sister was paying attention to us. And then I'd be like, all sad sack. I'd be like, Terri took over.
I have zero memory of this, but that sounds right.
This happened a lot.
It's on brand.
Yeah, we have video evidence of you being like, do this. Like even in like our dancing video.
I was
okay,
right.
What did I do? Did it say?
I was creating curriculum.
Lori was just being cranky.
No examples?
No, just says you were being a crank.
Crank.
You guys just ruined my Christmas. You ruined my Christmas break.
Well,
okay,
sorry.
and then one more.
Go ahead.
Sorry, not sorry.
No. Because it was annoying. I would have my friends over and then mom would be like, if you don't want Terri to take over, you better go outside and go do something. Like, away from her.
Get outside. It's January.
I know.
Go outside. I'm
also,
not going
out
there.
6.
I know. And then this is still, it's a very sparse diary. I'm going to jump ahead to June 19th. Today we were meant to go to Sesame Place with our friends. Yep.
No, this is the day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just before we went, I tripped on a board and hurt my left arm. Mom and I had to go to the hospital and they left without us.
Oh my God.
Okay. Can I talk?
I
do you want,
wait, the saddest.
Do you want me to just read? Let me just read it and then we can talk about it. Okay.
Go.
And they left without us. I had to have an x-ray and I found that I had a broken bone in my elbow. I don't think I had a broken bone in my elbow.
Your elbow.
No, I have to wear a cast sort of thing. The pain has gone away, but I can't take it off until 3 weeks, half of camp. I've camped for 6 weeks. Oh, well, I'll go another time. Bye. Okay, so
Wow.
we had a family room downstairs that had a wide entrance, and we had a
Mm-hmm.
newer dog.
Mm-hmm.
The dog was new that year, so Dad built a big, like a barrier. It was like a
It wasn't a big barrier. It was literally a white board
board.
that
Like
was
he put together a white board on legs that was like a foot and a half tall. It
nothing.
wasn't tall enough to be like, oh, there's the gate, there's a fence. And so it was just there all the time. And we were going to Sesame Place, which is Longhorn, Pennsylvania. It was driving distance from us. It was a Sesame Place themed park. It still
Mm-hmm.
exists. Good
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And for some reason,
With friends.
we were going with friends, and we were so
Mm-hmm.
excited to go. And like the
Mm-hmm.
car was packed and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And right before we went, I said, I'm gonna go check and make sure that back door is locked.
No, Mom
Like,
told
that's
you
not
to
my
do that.
problem.
No,
Mom
I
said,
remember
go
Kim.
check the back
No.
door.
No, Kim was like, I'm gonna go check the back door. It was weird
It was weird.
really?
I had no because we didn't ever check that back door that
because
it was locked.
it was always it had that kind of lock where it was always locked on the outside.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Even though you
Yes.
could always open it, so it was like always locked.
It wasn't a
could've
thing
sworn
that we
Mom
checked.
made you do it. I thought Mom made you do it.
No. And I
No.
remember it. I go, let me just go check it. And I was so excited. So I was running everywhere, and I ran and tripped over the board and landed straight on my arm. And I remember looking up, we had a fish tank, like a way high up fish tank. And I remember looking at it and watching the fish before I started screaming. And I was like, this is bad. This is very
It's funny.
bad.
I don't
knew.
remember. I remember I'm gonna go check the lock, and then everything after that was gone. I just know you didn't go, but all the visuals and like the
I
memory
remember being
ends
like,
there.
what? And we were pulling it out of the garage. They're like, we're going to go anyway. And I was like, this feels really wrong. Like she just doesn't get to go at all.
without me.
Because it was like other kids.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
there
our
were
friends. It
other
was
kids
Melissa.
involved.
It was Melissa and Dawn.
Oh my God.
Melissa and Dawn. And then the other their mom was very young. And she
Mhm.
was like, I'm going with my kids and your two kids. She kind of was freaked out. And I remember Mom kind of pep talking her, like, you can do it. The kids will be good. It's okay. Blah, blah, blah. Because she's
So
like, wait,
she
I'm
brought
going
all the kids
alone.
alone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And she had to
Oh
bring
my
you
God.
guys.
How old do you
So
think
she
she
was
was at
alone.
the time? 20s?
How old were you, Kim?
She was honestly, I was in third grade. She was probably like 29, 28, because I remember when I was at a birthday party at their house once around that age, because they moved the next year. And I remember Mom and all the moms being like, oh my God, you're not even 30 yet. And she was like, I feel old, like whatever. Anyway, so she was young.
I cannot believe you jumped out and leapt and then knew something was wrong before you started screaming.
Oh my God. I was like,
it wasn't just like, whoop, get back up. Like,
no,
you know what I mean? You knew it.
No, I knew it. And I was just lying there and I'm like, oh God, this is bad, bad, bad. And then I remember we went to day camp, and I remember just sitting, we would go to the YMCA every other day and just sitting in that humid pool room with an itchy cast, because they didn't have waterproof,
cast
whatever.
In the heat.
Just I had to go on the bus, sit there while everyone else was swimming, and I would just sit and watch for 3 weeks. It was so sad.
Oh my God, that is really, really bad. We'll never
Yeah.
understand
No,
why
talk
that
about-
happened.
Talk
You weren't
about,
supposed to
like,
go.
FOMO. Right.
You weren't
Maybe I
supposed
would
to
have
go that day.
drowned in the water park there. Maybe I was going to drown in the water park there. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna
Something
break my
kept
arm
you.
instead.
This time, we're going to relive that, and you're going to go back and you're going to trip over it so that you don't drown this time. That's the idea, that you made a correction.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
I'll tell you.
I
that
never
story.
forgot that either. I was just like, God. And I remember thinking, this is just what happens. You don't know any minute. Like, it was the
Right.
last thing you're like about to pull out. Like, anything could happen at any time. And and I remember thinking, everything said we were all going, and then one thing changes and everything changes. And it's stuff that you could say you have no control over, but it's just a freak thing. How many times did you jump over that in a day? Many times.
Right.
And like,
And
why?
I was always going to the hospital for weird things. Like, I was dancing on the window seat thing just a couple of years before, and I fell. I was dancing and slipped and fell into this huge cactus, a potted
We had a
cactus
plate
with
of
little kids.
cactuses. Why did we have that?
Cacti.
Cacti.
Why did
I don't
P.S.
know, but I fell into it,
uh,
and I had
I know. Why would you have young
cactus.
kids in a giant thing of cacti?
I don't know, and my whole arm down to my hand was just, I was like a push pin. Just, isn't that what it's called?
yeah.
push
And
pin.
then
Yeah.
they had to
That
pull
was like,
each needle
and
out.
so one by one,
Every
I had to
one
go
by
and sit, and they sat with a huge magnifying glass and a light and pulled each one out. I had so many freak things.
Wait,
like
was that
that
painful the whole time you're sitting there with them in your arm?
I don't
Or was
know.
it
I
like a
was
relief?
little.
You don't remember.
I have no idea. I was little.
P.S.
And
Sesame
you'd be
Place
screaming
is in,
anyway. You wouldn't even know if it hurt. Right?
Sesame
You know what I
Place
mean?
is in Langhorne, Pennsylvania.
That's what I said. That's what I
Not the
said.
Texas Longhorns.
I said Langhorn. Didn't I say Langhorn? Did I say
You said
Longhorn?
did.
Longhorn. Go to the tape.
No.
It's long. You said
I
Longhorn.
think you
Doesn't
said
matter.
Langhorn.
I think I said Langhorn.
You said with an accent. You said Longhorn. But then another time, I remember it was Christmas, and everyone was like just going and putting their little gifts in their rooms. And I was in Mom's room, and Kim had been gifted a bunch of picture frames. Because what do you
No,
get a girl?
that was
who
my
keeps all the
birthday.
pictures? Oh, it was your
No.
birthday? Okay,
I know what
so
it
was your
was.
birthday, and I remember
I have a
looking
journal
over,
entry about it.
and I saw you step into a glass frame and
You
went
didn't
like,
see
"Oh."
me. I was on the phone. I know the whole story. I have it written down. Maybe
In my
we should
mind, I
wait
can
on
see
that.
you doing it. Okay, you'll find it. But
I'll find
anyway,
it.
you should
I'll
never have
cut
pulled your
that.
foot out. Pulling your foot out was the problem.
This whole thing is just, it's this whole project we're doing here is such a mind fuck in terms of like our memory.
We have so I
Our
was so clear
memories?
that it was Christmas.
Right.
You know
You
what I
weren't
mean?
even there, apparently. And
You
so
were
I
not
think
there.
I saw
you're
blood. I
remembering-
saw blood on those.
You
and
saw
I looked and
blood,
I
but
ran
you
away.
weren't there.
And then I ran away. I did see blood, and I was like, I'm not going in there.
But you didn't
I
see it
bailed.
happen.
I dipped. Yeah, Kim has had freak accidents happen. Then
I
another
know.
time, which we'll show you, and I'm sure she has an entry about it. She got poison ivy, and her head blew up like a balloon. Weird shit happened to you.
Where were we?
Weird
We were
shit.
also with another family.
We were away. We were somewhere in like the Poconos-ish area.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about the trip. I can see the house we rented. And then I remember the room that we all slept in. Not all of us, but at least we did. And that was the room where you woke up and
Yeah, I
We were in the
I
room with
woke
her?
up. Yeah, I woke up
Yeah.
and I ran to the bathroom because I couldn't open my eyes and I didn't know why. And then I looked and my face was like 5 times its size.
Can
What?
you laugh about it now? Because I feel like it was up till like
That is
too
a-
recently that it was like too upsetting. And like,
It
you
was a
couldn't even,
horror
like-
movie.
What are
Or,
you
like,
talking
look at-
about?
Or like you couldn't look at the picture, or you didn't want the picture shared online or something.
That's not true. I posted it
Really?
myself.
You did? See?
Yeah.
My memory.
No, I just think I remember thinking, poor Kim, like weird shit happens to her. She went to bed looking one way, and when she woke up, she looked different. Like, can you imagine the horror? How many times in your life do you look in the mirror and you're shocked at what you see? It's happened to me like once, but not like Kim had, and that's.
Have you ever had get on poison ivy again?
Me?
Like, at all?
Yes,
Oh.
I can't even, if I pee in the woods, if I'm on a walk and I pee in the woods and I swear nothing is touching me, it finds me. Like
Really?
yeah, like a few years ago, I got it a couple times on my arm and it was all consuming for like weeks.
It was.
I'm
hell.
gonna
I've had
not
it
even
once.
be
It was hell.
allergic. I'm gonna knock on this because Terry, you have two. I don't think I've ever even
Oh.
just not even
It took over a summer.
a touch,
Yeah, it
took over an
ruins the
and I'm
summer.
not
summer.
careful about it.
I've had horrible since then. Not like on my face, but just as horrible.
I had on my
arm or-
legs. I was in such agony. I cannot. And I eventually had to go on steroids, and I went to an acupuncturist because then I was just, it got into my, like in my I was just like, it affected my literal, like my nerves, not physically,
Yeah,
but like
for
I was
sure.
a mess. And I
No,
was
it's-
very
it's-
upset.
It's
Probably could affect
maddening.
your nerves,
Yeah.
too.
You're trapped. That's when you realize you're trapped in your body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you're trapped in your body.
Because I had never, not even nothing, and I haven't tested because why would I test it? But I'm not careful about it, and I've walked along.
You've been
places
around
where it's
poison
there,
ivy.
or Marty's
you went
run-
camping.
Yeah, of
rubbed
course.
against it. Yeah,
Or
I
you've been
know.
camping.
And like Gordy told me how he was in college. He had like one of those jobs like on college campus where you're landscaping,
Mhm.
and they were doing those drive-through mowers, and they had to go through this field that was like all poison ivy, so it like chops it up and puts it in the air, you know.
Mhm.
And
Ugh.
they were head to
The
toe.
oil. It's the oil
Coated.
sprayed
Yeah,
all
and
over.
he like couldn't. And then there was one of them that like nothing. And he's like, "Oh, I'm not allergic." And they're like, "How is that possible?" And he could pick it up and go like this on his arm,
my God.
and then nothing. Like,
Well, it's like I have no reaction to pollen, and people like can't breathe. But I know where how I got it one summer because Seamus was out walking, an off-leash place, and I picked him up and put him in the car, and it was all where I picked him up on my arm.
because
Because
he
the
rubbed
oil
against
gets
it.
on
He
him.
rubbed against it. So now, ever since then, if I'm ever outside for anything, I keep that stuff in the shower, and after I'm out, you use that stuff and wipe
Wow.
off whatever.
Wait,
Starts
what
with a
stuff?
T. I can't remember.
So you
But
wash
I
in the
have
shower and
it.
it washes the oil off right away?
Yeah.
But you weren't
Mhm.
feeling anything yet. You just used
Not
it
yet.
preventatively.
Right.
We don't-
Technu.
Techno. Terrible name.
I have a bunch of different Technu products and I would use it, and I think that prevented it.
I
Who knew?
cannot believe how we just have different memories. Like stuff that you're saying, I have no memory of my life, some of the things you say. And then other
Like
things
what?
I'm like, no, it was definitely this day. And it's like things get lodged in wrong. It's like our brain just misfiles shit. Like it's misfiled and it was never corrected. And that's what I believe. That's
Right.
why
Or
I feel like, nothing's true.
or there's just many different versions of what actually happened, and we're remembering all of them. Who knows?
Oh, well,
But,
there's
like,
that too.
Yeah.
There's that
There's
too.
that
but
too. Yeah.
but it's still because I sometimes feel like it's the only explanation because when you're like, no, this happened, and then you find evidence that it didn't, or that
It's
you
the
were like,
Mandela effect, a family scale.
Yeah.
But I'm also
Yeah.
willing to just be like, I was wrong. Like I don't trust my own memory about
But
something.
I
I'll
think we also
probably-
file things wrong.
Yeah. And it's weird because like I don't know, like you guys, I'm assuming are both visual.
Hey, it's Terri from Generation Artax. And listen, I love a good story. Who doesn't? If you didn't, you wouldn't bother with books, TV, movies, or even podcasts. We love listening to stories, but there's also something really powerful about writing your own. You may see yourself as a reader or a listener, and maybe you wouldn't dare call yourself a writer. But here's the truth. If you can read, you can write. If there's something you would love to write, share, or get out there, there is no better or safer place to do it than this little program I run called the New Rules Studio, or Studio for short. It's a live, virtual, real-time writing space led by certified instructors where you get to explore your own ideas, your own creativity, memories, stories without judgment or criticism. Since you're a listener of this podcast, I would like to invite you to come write with me for free. You can get the invite at territrespicio.com/write with me. That's territrespicio.com/write with me.
La 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 la.
You can see things in your mind, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I can't remember what the word is.
Oh,
for
I
people
just
who
saw it last
can't,
night. I just saw it last
Really?
night. Anaphasic or something.
which is wild to
Anaphasic-
me.
Oh, Kenzie has a friend who has it. and
Laura,
Oh,
Laura, she can't
Well, I
do
don't
it
know what
either.
you're saying. Can't do what?
they cannot.
They can't picture things. You can tell a story to them and they hear it and they understand what happened, but they weren't watching it like a movie in their mind. Even
If
when they're
you
reading?
say, "Can you picture an
Yeah.
apple?" They can't picture an apple.
Maybe they are
Aph-
picturing an
aph-
apple
No,
and they don't know
no.
they are.
no.
okay.
Aphantasia. It can make reading really difficult. Aphantasia.
Here's-
aphantasia. You can't create mental pictures to see things in your mind.
Okay. But she can't picture it. But if I then present an apple and a pear and I say, which one is the apple? She knows
No,
which
they
one the apple is.
recognize it. They
So
know
that's what
what
I'm saying,
it
like-
is.
Image and memory, she just can't reanimate it in her brain.
She
just
can't
don't
create
see
an image in
images.
her brain. There's no images. And people like that often think people are lying. Like, you
When
don't,
they
what
say
do you
they see
mean
images.
you can see something when you're like, I can see it clearly? They don't know what that means.
Same with a
Maybe
voice.
I can't. What if I can't and I don't know that I can't?
But I can.
Can you
so
picture an apple?
If I describe
Now I'm
something
making
to
myself
you,
think I
you
can't.
see it. So, like, if we're
What?
talking about an apple, say a Granny Smith apple that
Mm-hmm.
has a little leaf hanging off of it that's brown,
Yep.
and it's sitting
Yep.
on a table with worn wood. Can you see it? Can
Yeah.
you picture what I'm saying to you?
I can see it.
I think so.
I think it's
What do
hard
you
to
mean
be
you
a
think so?
writer and not be able to visualize things because you are describing things.
Well, when
you're
someone
writing.
tells you a
I don't know.
story,
I'm just
don't
like
you see
getting
it
weird
like a
about it
movie?
now.
Terry, don't you
Like
see
getting
it like a
weird about it.
movie
When you're reading a
when you
book,
read?
Yeah, when I'm reading.
you
Well,
see the movie.
That's it. Like you're
Okay, when I'm
picturing, like you
reading,
can
I
picture a
see
person.
it. Yeah,
I have a
see
hard.
it.
I can't picture their face.
Same.
Yeah, I can't picture a face either.
They don't have a face. They're just like
That's
a
because they don't have
general.
one. Yeah.
Because they don't
Well,
have one.
The other version of this is also another. It's not even there's nothing wrong. It's just like a fact about someone's brain that some people, and I know you know this, do not have an internal monologue at all.
Right. That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
that is
Like, can you be a writer and not have an
unbelievable.
internal monologue?
I don't know.
I
Like
don't
I don't
know.
know.
I hear,
I
and they're like,
absolutely
"What do you
have one.
mean you hear? You can hear a voice like when you're reading. You're like you hear it, and they're like, well, you're like not hear it with my ears, but kind of, yeah, you can hear it."
Well, it's like if you read a text from somebody, you can hear them reading it. Not everyone can.
Right, but they don't. Some people can't like hear voices at all. They say though, and so I'm not entirely sure that Graham sees things in his mind either, and Evie does because Evie and I have talked
How
about
do
it.
you prove
You
it?
see
Yeah.
pictures. Well, we've asked him, and Evie's like, like when you see it in your head, and he's like, no. So I'm trying to learn about that, and then I learned separately that the people who I want to say aphantasia, but that's not the right word, is it?
I just said it. Wait, hold on.
Well, what's aphantasia? What is that
No,
word?
aphantasia.
Aphantasia. Okay.
APH.
They are apparently really good drawers, which he is, because he mostly doesn't draw from memory. He draws like he
from
mimics
sight.
things. And because he doesn't have something in his mind, it's like he is so much closer to detail, where sometimes people just sort of fill things in with what like the image in their mind in a weird way. And then the detail of drawing for someone who's trying to mimic something, like if they were looking at a picture of a tree, people who can't picture things in their mind and are just looking
Do
at
a
the
better
object,
job.
they can copy it better.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It
Yeah.
says it only
Yeah.
affects 1 to 3% of the global population.
That's
1
weird.
to
So it's like-
3% can't picture things. Okay, well then I'm
And
not that
so what-
special.
What was funny is like, so when I read a book, I see the movie, right?
Mhm.
And so then there have been times where I started watching a movie and I'm like, I know this, but it doesn't look the same. But I know this. And it was because it was a book I read
book
that I
turned
didn't
into
know
the
was the
movie.
movie
Right,
that I
right.
was watching. And
I've
like
had
I
that.
saw a different movie.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
this is a new
yeah.
version of it.
Yeah.
Yes. I had
Well,
that
wait.
with the movie Behind Her Eyes, and I was watching it. I'm like, wait,
That was the one I
know
was
what
talking
happens
about
next.
too.
What?
That was the exact one I was thinking of. Yes. I was
Shut
like, how
up.
do I know?
I'm like, why do I know what's going to
happening?
happen? And I was like,
Yeah.
there's a twist, and
Yeah.
I know what it is. Like, am I like what? That's weird.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the one movie you've seen that was a book?
No,
Yeah.
I've seen so many that were books that I read, but that's weird. It had
Really
such a
weird.
twist.
It was that exact movie.
It had such a
Mhm.
twist that I was like, I know what the twist is going to be. Why do I
And
know
you
that?
don't
And then
see
I
that twist
realized
coming.
no, and I looked up in my Kindle and I'm like, oh my God, I read this. I had forgotten that I read it. That's so weird.
Yeah, I will
That's really
forget
weird.
what format I took something in. I'll be like, I saw it or I read it or I watched it. I don't even know, or I heard it. I get them confused.
Yeah.
Right.
I can do that when I'm reading fiction. I can see it. But with nonfiction, the reason I have it's slower because you're like words. Unless they're telling you a story, it's so hard if the ideas don't have images. So you're really trying to comprehend. I find nonfiction to be just a lot more work to read, unless it's very lightweight. But I trained
Depends on what
I
it's
trained
about.
myself. Yeah, exactly. But it has the potential to be pretty dense. I took a speed reading online class
Right.
and
Oh yeah.
years ago, and I know how to do it. But it's kind of like I took a running class. If you're not going to keep running, you're not going
Right.
to keep. It's like,
Mm.
so you have to keep up with it. And I was really on a jag with it. And then I kind of fell off. And they say do it 30 minutes a day. And I know how to get back into shape with it. But it requires that you take pictures with your eyes, look at a group of words. Don't make your eyes go the whole line. Use your finger, capture the words. Or most words, you don't actually have to read the word. You can just see it and know what it says. So you're trying to look at it. But when you're learning to do that and to go faster, you're not slowly letting something unfold. You're like word. And what's astonishing is when you do it and you're in good rhythm with it, you realize how much you can get without sounding out. When you said hearing things, I'm trying not to sound things out in my head because that slows you way down. But it is fascinating that you can like how quickly your brain can pick it up. But I thought once I learned to speed read, I'll be able to blow for everything so quickly. And I did. I read so many books that year, but then I got fell off it. Now I feel lazy.
And you really feel like you retained?
Sometimes,
yes.
Like you saw the movie, just played faster?
Yeah, it's really weird, but you do. You don't act. It turns out you don't have to read all the words to get the movie, and that's where you're training. Your brain can actually get a lot more than you think it can. And that's why a lot of the exercises are pushed through. Even if you're not, he's like, even if you feel like you're just glazing over it, the exercise is to push fast, fast, fast. Because a lot of times what happens is we do this. We linger, we go backwards. A lot of times we go back. So the exercise is to keep moving forward, keep moving forward. It's just, it's a physical
and your
test.
brain really does. Yeah, your brain really does catch it.
I did I almost doubled my reading speed. And now it would be slower again, but you can double.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're reading nonfiction, I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush through it.
I'm not trying to read things fast.
It depends on what your goal is.
You need to read a lot more than I do.
Yeah, but I'm not lately. I'm out of it. I'm having book shame.
Yeah. Well, you're always reading. I read every night. You read every night. Don't you?
Don't read every night.
Lately, no. Lately, I've been, I'm tired. I better just watch something. And then I'm laying in bed
No, I scroll for a little tickety talk, and then I plug it in and I'm like, oh, and then I remember oh my God, there's a whole world I get to go back into that I've forgotten.
So wait,
that,
you'll go from TikTok to book. I always think I'm going to do book is like your vegetables. So you're going to read, it's going to be good. And then when you can't read anymore, then you'll scroll.
No. I read until I fall asleep. I read to fall asleep every night of my life. I have to.
I find it hard to TikTok asleep because TikTok asleep.
No,
does
you
not
can't.
Work.
No. I mean,
Lori
it can,
does it.
I know, but I read and then my Kindle falls beside me. It's like my teddy bear. I sleep with my Kindle.
How does it not hit you in the head?
It happens to
It has. It has.
That's funny.
And I drop it on my face.
Are you reading with one eye?
What?
Do you ever scroll with one eye? One eye's open in the pillow, and then one eye's.
When I wake up, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I
wake up.
what?
And I know I want to be.
I'm gonna be mine.
When I hold up.
When I come home? Is that what he says?
Come home.
Oh, he goes, when I come home.
I know I'm going to be the man who comes home next to you. What?
And I would walk. This is a terrible song.
No, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I go to pee or something and I can't, it takes me more than 1 minute to fall asleep. I'll just turn on my Kindle and I'll read till I fall asleep. And at that point, I think I do read with one eye.
Because you're on your side, right?
Well, that's not why. I have one eye that is a close up and one eye is a far away. Does everybody have that?
What?
No. Do you have one eye that's close up and the other one's far away?
I would like that model.
What?
Well, no, I have that too.
You can only see far
astigmatism.
with one?
I have to have two different contacts.
One eye, I don't have contacts because I had the LASIK, but it's as if I have a what's it called? What's a magnifying one?
Bifocal
Magnifying glass?
It's like I have a bifocal in one eye. My left eye is totally clear up front, and then is nearsighted, and my right eye is farsighted.
Is that measured?
Wait, really? Is that normal?
When I got LASIK, I had 20/20 perfect vision when I was 22.
Now it's
and
faded?
No, it's still good. I might need a little, I don't know, but basically one eye.
You need a monocle?
Maybe a monocle.
That's amazing.
Can you hold it? How does a monocle stay on? Do you hold it in my?
You hold it with
between
your
my
eye.
cheek and my eyebrow.
You know what I heard? Mandela effect. That the Monopoly guy
doesn't have a monocle.
Monocle.
Well, wait. Did you think he did have one? Did you think he
Yes.
had one?
Yes, I picture him with a monocle.
Me too.
But do you think we?
But I
pictured
saw
it
that.
because
Monocle.
Someone made another version of it, and we saw that one.
But it's the same as the Fruit of the Loom thing, that there was a cornucopia
There was a cornucopia. I remember the
know.
cornucopia.
People sway there wasn't. The company says there
What's
wasn't.
wrong with you?
What?
What's wrong with you? You can't talk.
What do you mean?
You said, oh, yeah, the people sway. Say.
You're like really like
Here you
loose. Your
did it?
lips are loose. That's because one side of Kim's mouth pronounces the vowels and the other side of Kim's mouth pronounces the consonant. So it's tricky.
Does one actually see farther and one see closer, or you just decide to use one for one and the other for the other?
No. No, it's not a choice.
Is this a thing
I'm
where they
telling
said
you.
your LASIK's going to wear off? But the good news is when it wears off, one's going to be a closer upper and one's going to be a farther away eye.
It doesn't
They're
wear
both
off.
going to be
It's-
great in different ways.
No. Yeah, my left eye is very, very clear, nearsighted. My right side is a little blurry. When I'm nearsighted, farsighted, it's perfect.
Wow.
Well, I wear corrective lenses, as does Lori. You know what's weird for me though is that I only hear my left ear. I only hear women, and the right ear I hear men. So it's really hard in a crowded room at a party. I'm better when it's just a single sex party. That's why I came out. Could hear better.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
I don't know. So nobody else has that with their eyes?
No, I don't think so. We'll see it in the comments. Does anyone else have one eye do one thing and one eye do the other thing?
But they don't work independently. Like
so you
of each
literally
other.
close one eye. She's like, when I read my Kindle, I use my right eye. It's my Kindle eye.
Yeah. My
And then
left
when
eye
I'm
goes
gonna
all
go-
the way.
When I'm going to go bird watching, I look out of my left eye. My left eye is for bird watching.
I just saw a TikTok with the Widow's Bay guy. The
Yeah.
Americans.
Oh, yeah?
Widow Bay
Oh,
guy.
they have so
Matthew
many
Reed-
Widow's Bay TikToks. They're so good.
Well,
Matthew
this
Reese.
isn't-
I saw it.
Okay, where he said that pirates didn't
Yeah.
wear patches on the eye because they like didn't have one eye, but
Yeah, I
they would
saw this
wear a
today.
patch on their eye because they would occasionally need to go under, like in the things inside the ship to get
Yeah,
ammo,
the
and would have to
bowels
do that
of the ship.
sometimes. Yeah, sometimes they have to do that really quickly, but they're outside in the sun, and so they have one eye that's already adjusted to the dark. So they go down and they
Oh.
move the eye patch over, and then they can see immediately to get the ammo and then go back
Yeah.
up.
What?
I saw that TikTok today. Too.
That's
funny.
wild. I'll never forget it. I just learned something today. I'll never forget it. It made now.
Yeah.
Why is that idea? I forget what happened to Kim and who did what and how all these weird accidents happened to her. But this fact, I will not forget.
Yeah.
Because we
Oh,
all thought
actually,
it was
you know
one
what?
eye.
Wait, speaking of weird things that happened to me, there was one time in 6th grade where I used to dry my hair with my head flipped over and I would brush it at the same time. And then this one time I was drying my hair dryer on the left hand, flipped my head up and the brush followed to brush my hair and I completely brushed and scratched my cornea of my eye.
you would
remember
use those wooden ones that had that were narrower, that had like the sharp spiky needle, like
Yes.
bristles.
I
Didn't have
dragged
those like
it across
plastic.
my cornea and it was like the most shocking pain. Again, I had to go to the hospital.
That was in college.
But like, what do you do? There's
No.
nothing to do for that.
No, I did it in 6th or 7th grade and then I did it again in college.
Okay, well, I remembered the college one.
So no, I did it in like 7th grade because I wore an eye patch to school for a while.
Wow.
And then senior year of college, I did it. And Joe brought me to the hospital, my new
Yeah.
boyfriend. And he brought me to the hospital. And then I had a patch. I do have a picture of me from college in my dorm with a patch on.
Here's what's wild. Do you know how many people brush their hair upside down and then flip their head? And you scratch your cornea once and just didn't learn how to make sure that didn't happen again.
I know.
How
Did it
close
I don't.
is the brush? How close are
I
you
did
to
it
brush
really
your
close.
head?
Close
apart.
to her eyeball.
Your head is up here. and yet, Kim puts on mascara and has put on mascara, a lot of it, for at least 35 years. Never once
No.
poked yourself in the eye with a mascara wand.
I mean, I have.
20?
I have.
No,
I
but
haven't
never once
damaged my eye.
scratched your eyes out.
No, correct. But I did in recess in 2nd grade. Twice in one school year. I think it was 2nd grade. I was outside just hanging out with everybody on the parking lot for recess, and a huge fly got stuck in my eyelashes twice. And I had to go into Mrs. Fruiteman and she had to get this flailing fly out of my eyelashes.
Like it was still stuck there?
Yes.
It was alive?
Out.
And you didn't have mascara on, you just had thick lashes.
Correct.
Kim is a walking Venus flytrap, is what she is.
Twice in a year.
God,
Isn't
what
that
was it called?
crazy?
Eon
Didn't you just want to
Flux.
go like this and knock it out?
I was in 2nd grade. I was like, ah! I probably held it in because I was freaking out.
Ew!
Oh
There's
my
a flailing bug.
God.
That is so
really gross. I know.
Wow.
Character.
I haven't had anything weird like that happen to me. I've had my share of weird medical shit, but not like going to the hospital for shit. Like I never broke a bone, nothing.
There is this character called Eon Flux.
Yeah.
And you know who
when
that
you say
is
Eon
from-
Flux, I picture a fly.
Right?
Why
Here,
do I
right
do
now?
that?
And this is I never even saw this thing. It was a cartoon. It was on Liquid Television, which was MTV at night. And it was this like weird cartoon thing. And but it still had like an intro video. And the Eon Flux one, the video ended with her trapping a fly in her eyelashes. Are you looking at the picture I just sent you?
No,
I
don't see
hated
it yet.
that. I can picture it even when you just said that.
Oh my God, how come I don't know that? No, but my flies were much bigger relative to my eye. That's a tiny little fly. I've never heard
like,
of that. or
open
seen
your
that.
eye and free it.
I know. I think
So
I was like,
gross.
ah, and it would just
Hang
stay
on, is
there,
this
like
true?
trying to flap.
That they say when you're born, your eyeballs are the same size they'll always be. How is that possible?
Yeah, and your nose and your ears and everything else grows.
No,
That
but
makes
there's
sense.
no way your
Baby eyes look
eyeballs
big.
are the baby. Your eyes are not the same size as
don't-
when they were in your baby head. I just can't picture that.
Well, I mean, they had
Why
to grow
wouldn't
at
I-
some point. They weren't like giant eyeballs on like fetuses.
Right.
Yeah, but
I do think
they
might have
say
grown.
it's the size you have right now was what was in your baby head.
Do we
Like,
know
is
if that's
that
true?
weird? I mean, I've heard it many times, so it must be true.
Yes, your eyeballs do grow. At
Okay.
birth, the human eye is about 16.5 millimeters in diameter. They undergo 2 major growth spurts.
Oh,
Once
weird.
rapidly during the first 2 years in life, and again
Okay.
during puberty before stopping around age 20 at a full adult length of 24 millimeters.
Really?
They grow up until you're 20?
20, yeah.
Your eyeballs
Wow.
are still growing?
I mean,
I don't think people know that.
I was more surprised by them not growing.
I know, but to think that your eyeballs are still growing at 20?
Like to think at 18 you have smaller eyeballs than when you're 20.
No.
I mean by
weird.
millimeters.
Lori has had
know?
her own,
Yeah.
like a blepharoplasty, very popular. You like pull back there's a little fat flap on your hooded lid. I have a hooded lid. And if it gets heavier over time, it droops down. It just fills with fat or fluid or who knows what. It's a genetic thing. And some people keep it and some people get a bleph as it's called, a bleph. Lori has somehow had a natural bleph. Lori never had a bleph done. Her eyes bleffed on their own. She's self-bleffing.
I hate it.
Explain
I
explain
absolutely
that.
hate it.
People's
We've
eyes
talked
don't
about
just
it.
do that.
It's you see
We've
when
talked
people
about
get
this.
older, their eyes like getting more sunken. And that's what
Is
happens.
that what you think's
That's
happening?
why I know that's what's happening. It's like it sinks back here. You look at like I
eyes
used to
look
think, oh,
bigger.
it was when I was much younger, it looked different. And then I like saw a picture of me from like 8 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, it's so different even that recently, which means they just keep sinking back. There's just going to be holes, giant gaps of holes in my head. My eyeballs are just going to get swallowed back into the back of my skull. That's
I
the
mean,
path.
I wouldn't mind a little self-bleffing. Look, mine are just going to get heavier and heavier. Yours just
It makes
self-corrected.
me so sad. They're
We've had this whole
getting-
conversation, by the way.
Well,
Oh,
we're having a
on here?
podcast about our lives. We're going to probably repeat a lot of stories here. I think
Okay.
you should get used to it.
What I think is good about
Don't talk about anything
getting-
we've ever talked about ever. Only new material here. Don't talk
Well,
about
I
any
mean-
memories. Nothing you've done.
The good thing about getting more angular a little bit for me is that I don't have like a big moon face anymore. Because
Yeah, your face was rounder.
did.
So was Lori's.
That was
Lori had a
beer.
round face.
No, in high school I
That
wasn't
was
drinking
beer
beer.
face?
That was baby fat, then followed by beer face. Then it
You
gets more
you
regular over
told
time.
me that you looked at me once. You go, it's so weird that your whole face changed shape.
Okay.
I don't think it
That
was
yours
just beer.
did?
Yeah.
Kim, I think it was
When did I say that?
youthfulness.
Yeah, our faces
Kimberly,
Right,
like
that's what I'm
around when
saying.
you're
As
younger.
you age, that's what we're talking about. As you age,
Right,
you
well,
get more
when am I
angular.
going to get my cool angles? I'm
You're
not.
very
I'm,
angular.
no, I'm
No,
turning
but
into
you
a big
didn't start
dumpling.
out with a round face.
Yeah, that's the thing. You didn't start off round. Exactly. I don't know. I don't
This
like
is it, I guess.
I don't like it at
I don't
all.
think it's getting any better than where we are right now.
I know. We're never going to be as young as we are today. Do you guys again? Do you
I
guys
think you've said
have
that before. You've said it
I
before.
have.
Delete it. Delete it out of the podcast because you've said it.
Do you have anything else to read, or do you want to
I
do
would.
an unrelated?
I would
I
read something,
did, but
it's something I've written
already-
before in the past, so I don't want to, rehash it.
Well, no, it's already.
No, I don't have anything.
I can.
I don't have
can
anything.
save it.
We can save it.
I can save
Okay.
it if we have.
Uh,
I
Unless you want to do it.
can. What do you think?
Didn't you say it was the
Well,
short thing?
It's very
do it.
short, but
You
then
can do
we're
it.
going to talk about it. All right.
Mike needs 2 entries at least.
I know. All right, it's really short. Here we go.
Okay.
August 13th, 1996. Summer going into senior year. Ugh, it's never going to not hurt.
Oh.
Sex only hurts.
Lord.
Yeah.
We'll get
Ew,
really
that's such a
horny.
bad-
Blech. I hate
Ew,
that fucking
ew.
word.
I hate
We're
that
getting
word.
horny.
Blah.
Talk about it.
I know. I know we talked about this before. Sorry, Kim. But I can't remember what word is better when you're trying to describe it. Randy? Turn on?
Randy's for like an
know.
old man.
I don't know. I'm trying to find a word. Anyway,
Just say you were feeling hormonally
Well, I'm
heightened.
reading it. So this is what I'm saying. Yeah. I get really horny. Run up to his room, throw on a condom, and then I tense up and wince in pain.
Oh my
I hate
God.
it.
Well, you're not supposed to throw it right in. Jesus.
I know. I go, I'm a terrible lay.
This is
I
so
am awful at sex. I am
Oh
nowhere
my
near as
God.
good as I wanted to be. It's never in my whole life going to be an enjoyable experience. This sucks.
How old were you?
That was the whole entry.
How old are you there?
17. 17.
Yeah, there's definitely no improvement. Your eyeballs will grow, but your sexual acumen's just going to stay in the shitter.
I also don't know what. And also, I wasn't like I was sitting here being like, he's amazing. And why am I not blaming him?
Just because
I'm not
you
like
thought
he's so, because if he was awesome at it, it would have felt good.
that's
Right.
right.
Why is
You
it all
were
on
blaming
me?
yourself because you were raised to be someone who provides pleasure to men and to please, and also
Right.
you probably were comparing it to movies you saw and thought you're supposed to
100%.
be amazing, and you're like, I'm laying here. It sounds like you were going in for a pap smear the way you described
I
it.
can't believe what a
Totally.
horrible introduction to all of that you had.
Really
Well,
bad. Do you still
okay.
hate it? I'm so sorry.
It wasn't a horrible experience in terms of the emotional experience of becoming a sexually active person. That was all the best you could ask for. It was just
Okay.
logistically, was not going well. And I didn't know what would
Right.
make it go well.
And there was
You know
no
what I mean?
Google. No Google.
You were not
There's no
responsible for
Google.
your own.
The concept of the lubrication element wasn't obviously
also
that
were
was
not-
the problem.
yeah.
That was clearly the
Also,
problem.
you don't just
right?
throw a dick in there. Like that was part of the problem.
Well, also,
know?
and then so I'm clearly horny, and yet there's no lubrication
jumped
or
into
it's
sex.
a condom is dry and
Yeah. Yeah, like you're like,
and
I think I want
we
it. It's
used
like,
extra strength to be super protective, so it
Oh,
was
God.
like a surgical glove.
it's like
This is
packing
horrible.
tape.
And
I
it
just
was,
feel
it was just
bad
annoying
because-
to me because I had a partner I cared about who I trusted a lot. And I felt very safe, which was wonderful. So it wasn't scary, but I was excited for it to be what you saw in the movie. I think anytime I see a movie now where someone's first time, they're all panting
Right.
and happy. And I'm like, fuck
Right,
you.
of
It
course.
was not.
It's not real.
There's
No, it's
no
not real.
way.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Most
it
people
just
had the
couldn't
experience
be.
you had.
Yeah, but obviously this was not time number 2 Though,
I mean, like, my God, you had 2, 3. If you had it fewer than 20 times, it was brand new. But also, there was no warm up. You're like, I think we're ready.
There
Let's
was no
do it.
warm up.
Like, there's no warm up. When you feel like that, someone should have said that's when you start to hook up. Like, that's not when you start to actually, the sex. It's just
I'm going to
so
jump
bad
ahead
that no
actually,
one's
since
taught
it's
this.
related. That was the
Okay.
13th. Now this is August 25th. So I don't think it sounds like I didn't even have sex in between, but I'm still pissed about it. And so I'm like, I get really upset about sex. This is when I put in all caps, is when I emphasize. Just,
Oh my
it
God.
hurts. Granted, I haven't had sex in almost 2 weeks, but it will hurt even more next time. I get so angry and disappointed in myself that I just don't know what to do about it. I'm so humiliated. I'm so anxious for it to feel good.
Well, no wonder. How can you create
There you
pleasure out of that mental state and that that frame of the
Ugh.
event? I hate that I'm bad at it. Like, if you were trying to play tennis and had that attitude, it'd be like, you're never going to play tennis well, because the whole idea is that it's an experience that's shared, right? And you were worried about your own ability. It's so terrible that you had that.
I also just want to understand why. There's like a pornographic picture that was drawn.
Can't see it.
Whoa.
Can't tell what's happening there.
Can you do that
No,
again?
not with-
But like hold it up and let it focus.
I can't see it with either eyeball.
Hold. Let me
Oh my
see.
gosh.
I'm gonna I can't do it while we're still
Just
since I
put
already
it up
started
there
my
for a
video.
second. Let it.
Well, because it's hard
Yeah, there
because
you
it's
go.
on
Come
blur.
closer. There you go. I see a penis and
Very hairy vag.
Oh,
wow. You drew
There's
it.
even
The
a
There's a
vag
butthole.
looks
spider.
like
Why is there a
looks
spider?
enormous.
Why is there a spider on top?
That's the balloon knot of the anus.
I was like, you have a spider in your butt?
It does look like it though.
So why did you draw it, do you think? Were you like, let me figure out how
I
the
don't
mechanics
know.
work?
I think maybe I was with friends being like, how, like, this is where it's like going. Why is it not better by
Oh my
now? Like, what's
God.
happening? Am I doing something wrong? Is it going in the wrong
You wouldn't
hole?
even
Like,
know
what's
what
happening?
good felt like because you didn't
Ugh.
know. You just know what people's acting looks like. This is
You know what's
Yeah.
sad? If
Yep.
you didn't have sisters, you'd be like, well, if I had sisters, I would have gotten help. But you didn't get help.
You didn't get help. You
Yes.
didn't
Well,
ask
if
for
it makes
help.
you feel better, on
Mhm.
September 8th of 96, it all turned around,
Oh,
which is great. I said, this girl from school told me that orgasms are blessings from God. I always thought it was more of a devil type thing. I've decided that I love sex. The last time, the 13th time,
Oh, you were counting.
he referred to as making love. Oh God. At the risk of sounding crude, I thought it was hardcore fucking. I'm so uncomfortable. Gross. I'm a child.
Yeah, but
It
you
was
were like,
almost
this is
an-
badass. He was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
ugh. Who said
It was
orgasms are
almost an
blessings from
animalistic, sweaty experience. I loved it. I loved being so close to him. I loved him
God?
so
Oh,
much.
that's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it
You
clicked.
like it didn't hurt.
had
So
one.
it was awesome.
Which I was really happy about. So I had my first orgasm at the 13th time of attempting.
But
Which
you
is a
had
big deal.
orgasm
Some people go their
during
whole
sex?
fucking lives.
During your intercourse? That's hard.
During
I don't.
intercourse. I know.
That's very rare.
It was
Wow.
it was only one position that worked. And
So you jumped ahead.
I did jump ahead, and then it was very fun. And then
He and I share a birthday.
who?
The
My
person you
ex-boyfriend?
were with. Yeah.
No, because he and I share a birthday.
Oh,
And
right.
you and I don't share. Whoa. That was really weird.
What?
So weird.
Just happened.
My ex-boyfriend and I have the same birthday. And Kim, for some reason, remembered it as sharing a birthday with my
Wow.
ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
That's so strange.
I was so confident.
You were so confident.
We do not trust memory. Memory fails.
Oh my
Memory
God. I
fails.
knew he had a shared birthday with one of us who was important.
Probably his girlfriend would have been more memorable than you. Cares if you share a birthday with him.
Oh my God.
Oh my
I
God.
can't.
Well, maybe I got confused. My friend Keith, his ex-wife, and I share a girlfriend.
Wow. That's very convenient. It's good to
You
share.
share a
these things.
girlfriend?
Wow. Who's going to
Wow.
hell now?
Keith O'Connor.
Is she a blessing
and
from God?
Keith O'Connor's ex-wife and I share a birthday. I couldn't remember who I share a birthday with, and one of Joe's cousins. And it was the day
Oh.
JFK was shot. Anyway,
Laura, do you know what made you turn a corner that day that it didn't hurt? I mean, like, there needs to be skill on both sides. I refuse to
was
have you
that
planned.
psychological that he changed the term?
No. It was
term?
afterwards. She
Oh,
was
yes, he
comparing.
changed the term.
And she was like,
No, he called it that because he was very happy that it was enjoyable for me.
Oh,
It's always
Okay.
enjoyable for them, for the most part, right?
I understand the concept of making a thing and it's love, but I cannot stand that
Oh, the
phrase.
term is terrible.
oh,
I hate
it's
it so much.
horrible. It should be
Making
banned.
I
Yeah,
hate it
it's
so
awful.
much.
I know.
I don't
hate
get it
I
when
do
people
too. It makes
my
me
own
really uncomfortable.
age, when people my own age use it in real conversation. I'm like, I can't.
No.
Oh my God.
I'd
Rachel
rather
made
just
fun
call it
of
fucking. I'd
Ross
rather
and
just call it fucking.
Friends when he was like, I'm not going to make love to you. And she's like, make love? What are you, a girl? And she's like, come on, Ross, make love to me.
Ew, I hate it.
Because it's
Why
so
do why?
uncomfortable.
Why do we have such an icky feeling about it? Where did we get the association that it's an icky thing? Like, is it a movie? Is it a depiction? Like, why do we
I
have to
think
split?
it's
Easy.
I think it's the generation above us. I think it's a boomer term. And so then you think of like
Lovemaking?
parents and stuff. You know, that's what I think.
Put your
Me?
mouth on the mic. Yeah, you're over here. Like,
Do you have an unrelated?
Yeah.
Oh.
But what about that song? I feel like making love. Dun-dun. It's like a hard rock song. and, like,
That's
that-
okay.
that was
'cause you're not
okay.
really-
yeah, that was
I'll
okay. But
make
yeah.
love to you
Ew, ew,
like
ew.
I always
Why
do.
was that okay? Because it's not okay. Okay,
Wait, now I
it's
want to think of
time-
every song that has the term making love in it.
Don't, please don't.
We know you've heard Generation Artax, but are you subscribed? Hit the follow button wherever you listen to podcasts. That's one less thing to worry about and one more thing to look forward to. We'd love to keep this show going, and you can help. Please rate and review. Thanks.
La 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 la.
Now it's time for a segment we call Unrelated, where one of us asks a question of the others. It has nothing to do with anything that came before.
Mhm.
What's a skill that you assumed you would magically acquire as an adult? Because grown-ups in movies had it, or grown-ups in who you saw, you're like, oh, when you get older, you'll be able to do this thing. And you
Mhm.
literally still can't do it.
I have two.
Okay.
One,
Go ahead.
I didn't. Oh, I have three.
Wow,
ahead.
I'm so sorry.
I do. Cook.
Yeah,
I just
that
thought
was my
you grow
first
up,
thought.
you
That was
cook.
my first
You
thought.
cook for
Mhm.
people. You know how to cook. You cook wonderful meals, and your kids are like, "Oh, my mom makes the best." Blah. No, didn't learn that. Dress and accessorize.
So
I didn't
basically, a
learn how
lot
to
of
do
things
that.
that people associate with being a woman.
Just an
love
adult.
Yeah.
And the other one, it wasn't, I consciously thought that this was something, you know, it wasn't a specific skill. I just thought it was like, it was just something you all learn how to do, which was just manage money and not have money problems. Like you just grow up and then like
Right.
You
your
just have
life's
money.
just taken care of.
Right. Well, that's how
somehow.
we
we didn't.
We were lucky.
Yeah, that wasn't modeled for us. Any money stress.
Right.
Put your mouth
So-
on the fucking microphone, Kim.
There was no money stress.
So we
But
were
cooking was the
lucky.
big
So
one.
that's what we thought.
Mhm.
But the truth is, a lot of people are raised with money and think everything will be taken care of, and it actually is. And they grow up and they make money. And I don't know who those people are. I mean, we went to
Yeah.
college with a lot of them, but they just automatically have money. I also thought that you would just have enough for things, and
Yeah.
it's like shit is hard to get.
Yeah. Turns out.
What's the other one? Oh, that's all three:
gave three.
cooking, dressing, and making money. Three
Yeah.
things that you thought would magically be bestowed on you as an adult. Kim, those things probably.
But I feel
yeah,
like also most people do know how to cook and they do it well. I
don't think that
I don't know
people
why
do.
I just missed out. You do.
No.
Kim knows how to cook stuff.
I can cook
like
some
made
stuff.
Kim
meals
doesn't
for her
cook dinner.
family.
Kim was never a cooking dinner in the house for everybody. It
She
wasn't that
absolutely
you
cooked
said.
dinner for
You
her
were
Like
kids.
it's dinner time.
No, just because she didn't have a rang a bell.
I didn't
at
have a
6
dinner
p.m.
bell. No, I didn't
Oh my
own
God,
a
we
You made
both
dinner for
said
everybody?
Belle.
I have many. Yes, I've made dinner. Of
How else
course.
did they get dinner? How else
Oh,
did
I was
they
like,
eat?
Kim doesn't cook. I was like, Kim
Well,
can
Joe doesn't
things.
cook. How'd they eat?
Joe
I've
always
never
gets takeout.
declared that I don't cook. The money stuff I would say too. Joe and I, when we lived in San Diego, that was after college graduation. I remember for whatever reason, the woman at the bank, it was a Bank of America in San Diego, she pulled me into her office and she goes, "Honey, has anyone ever taught you how to balance a checkbook?" And I was like, "Oh, no." She sat with me and taught me how to do it when there was no
Why, were you
online
overdrawn?
banking.
She taught
Were
you
you
how to do
overdrawn
it?
or something?
I don't think I was overdrawn. I think she was giving me checks or something and she was just like, "Has anyone ever taught you?" I don't know why.
That is really,
Right.
it's really important that an adult
That's
take you
sweet.
aside and do that. And you know what? I want to thank Bank of America for sponsoring this podcast and offering scholarships to help people learn how to balance their checkbook. First of all, no one has
Yeah,
to do
I
it
mean,
anymore.
you don't
No
you
one
don't
has
have to do it anymore, but she did teach me how to do it. Yeah.
I had a mental block around that. I think mom tried to teach me, and I was like, nope, I am blocked. I'm blocked around it. Like, it's like, I can't even, of course I have people help me with it and I have an accountant but like that stuff is, I think, also the hardest, the money stuff.
Yeah. I also
Mhm.
pictured myself having kids. I pictured having a bunch of boys for a while. I pictured like the Wedding Crashers, the scene where the
Mhm.
whole family is playing football and like, I thought I would be playing football with a bunch of rowdy boys that I made.
That's so funny.
Mm.
Yeah,
I love that didn't happen.
That's not a skill.
Yeah.
With a skill of playing football, you mean?
Sure. Like just like I don't know.
Well,
Something you
Terri took
pictured
that
we would.
skill and she never thought she would. So
That's
I went
true.
and played
Some-
football.
yeah.
I'm the one who played football with a bunch of guys. It's weird, but I
That's
was
funny.
over 40 when I started doing it.
Touchdown
That's really
Terry.
funny.
I came to cooking much later. I mean, in my
Mhm.
20s
Yes,
and 30s,
very
I
late.
wasn't cooking dinner for myself. Like, I was like eating random. I would like defrost a soft pretzel and like, or cook an egg and put it on rice. I wasn't really making real meals.
Mm, so
That
good,
didn't
though.
come till much later. So good.
Yeah.
But I
Eggs
do
on rice.
now. I love
Okay.
eggs and rice. But
Is that what you're going to say as your
No.
skill?
no, I mean,
No, something you thought you would do that you don't do.
No, right.
Wasn't
And I
that the
did
question?
do that. I thought I would understand money better, I guess. And I don't know why we assumed that, whatever. I do remember when I was 30, I was dating an older guy. It was like the only time. And he had been divorced. And he was like, "Well, I'm not getting married again." And I'm not. And I remember saying to him, and I think it was me just testing the boundaries of the relationship, because I remember saying, "Well, I mean, if you don't want that, that's fine. It's good to know. But I mean, at some point," and I felt like I was kind of reciting someone else's script, because I was like, at some
Right.
point, I'm going to want to get married and have kids. So if you're not doing that, that's great. But just so you know, it's temporary. I didn't think this at the time, but looking back, it was me using a thing I didn't ever actively want as a threat to get out of a relationship, because I always wanted to know how I would get out. And I remember thinking, oh, well, I'll get out of it because, oh, you don't want to be married? Well, I do. So goodbye. I didn't really actually care for that.
I
That's
feel like
very
that's not
interesting.
answering your own question, though.
No. Well, okay.
I know. I
Is that what
just
you're
started
gonna say?
answering and then realized I was just looking for a way to get out of the relationship. But I said, well, I'm going to want kids eventually, and I just didn't. I'm going to want to be married eventually. And I just didn't. So I did assume that thing would kick in. And people said, you wait, you watch your sisters. When they start to be married and have kids, you're going to want it too, which is natural. A lot of people do it because their friends are doing it. It's just a time. But I remember
Yes.
being like, when is that supposed to kick in? So that's probably the most obvious for me.
But that's
It's
not
also
a skill.
funny.
That's a lifestyle choice.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. What, Kim?
We were all in Mexico together you were with that boyfriend,
Yeah.
and we were on the bus going to swim with the dolphins. And I'll never forget, you were like, "I'm not ever going to get married." And he looked at me and he goes, "I'll wear her down eventually." And I was
We
like, "No,
switched
I
teams.
you switched." And
Yeah,
I was
we
like, "I
did.
don't think you will." And he's like, "Trust me, she's not going to not want to get married." And I was like, "Okay."
He said that?
Yeah.
Wow. How
Well, you were
cocky.
30-year-old woman. Well, so
were
do you think
young.
you actually said to him, just so you know, I'm definitely going to need to get married and have kids one day? And you think that it then reversed, where he was like, because then if he was like, nah, she's going to want to have kids, it would probably be because she told me.
No, because I was maybe, but I think I was trying different things on to be like, well, I need my needs met too, But in my mind,
Right.
I thought, well, someday I'll want them. And I just didn't. The other thing that bothers me that I can't do, and I'm sure this is a skill and I could learn it, but I have zero interest in learning it, is sewing. Sewing anything. Like if a button comes off,
I think about that a lot.
I'm like,
Really?
I don't know how to take care of any of that stuff.
Not a lot.
I never
Maybe a
wished
lot
I could
is a
sew
stretch.
anything.
I've
never
I mean,
wished I
just for
could sew.
practical reasons. I want to be able to like
What?
put a button back on, or there's a
Hem
hole
your
in
own
something.
pants.
Yes, and when I cut out the tags, this is my biggest issue with clothing and tags are horrible. I don't know what these manufacturers are thinking. They spend all this money on really good fabric. They stick a horrible paper tag in there, and to take it out, I have a seam ripper, which is designed to be able to take out the tag at the root. And sometimes when you do that, it opens up the seam. And then I'm like, fuck. And then I have to be like, if I knew how to do this where it didn't look like Frankenstein's monster, I could stitch it up, but I don't trust my own skill. So then I have to like pay to fix my own clothing. So that's annoying.
I never take out the tag.
Oh, I cannot stand any tag in
tag.
the side. No, the side tag.
They're there.
How can you not? They're the worst.
Yeah, I don't take them out.
I'm forever hacking at them.
I don't feel them. I do remember one time at Oak Knoll, I was wearing a turtleneck, you know, and it was just felt like it was strangling me one day. And I just like, I was like, I can't breathe. And I don't know in my mind what I thought would happen, like what I thought the effect would be. I just grabbed scissors in the middle of class. Like it wasn't like out in the hall. What? And then I just started cutting down. I think in my brain, maybe I was just like thinking of what would like it would be like as though it would just kind of get looser.
Yeah.
Where did you cut? You just cut one slit
straight down like the seam all the way from the top to like to the base.
Yeah, you thought it would be like a split. You ever see those like split collars? That looks cool.
It would just somehow make it like almost like cowl, like just like a looser.
Yeah,
but of course,
yeah.
instead it like flattened like,
like you like filleted. You butterfly.
Yeah, you filleted it.
Yeah, it was just this huge.
You walked around like that?
I don't know what I did. I had to. I was wearing a turtleneck under a sweater, probably, right? So
those
I must have like grabbed pins or like asked someone for like a safety pin to try to then pin it back up. Because as soon as it flapped down, I was like, "Oh no, I can't walk around like that."
Oh my god, uniforms.
But I'm sure my neck felt very free.
Yeah, served the purpose. It was fine.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Well, I think that's good.
That's enough.
All right, we hit
that's
it.
enough.
That's enough.
That's enough.
This episode of Generation Artax was produced by us, edited by us, and hosted by us. Our theme music is by Danielle Musto. Art and design by Ryan Andrews of ryanmade.com. Please follow, rate, and review to help save more Gen Xers from the swamps of sadness. Follow us on Instagram at Generation Artax, that's ARTAX, and visit us at generationartax.com.